Oh, what could go wrong? Other than, everything. Right. I suppose there's nothing else to do except leave. Except run away like some kind of coward. Except wander around in the vain hope of encountering something useful. It seems like there really is nothing. Okay. Let's have another try at this and see if we can suck a bit less badly than before. Right. This has taken longer than it had any reason to, and I was really stupid about it because I realised I collected loads of armour that was meant to optimise my shooting ability, and I didn't put any of it on. And I also didn't drink my strong medicine until really late into the fight, which was also really stupid of me. And I used up loads of my items trying to win this. But never mind. They're all dead now. I mean, what? You single-handedly defeated all 8 of the skeletons. Sorry, I mean you single-handedly defeated all 9 of the skeletons. Admittedly, Susie didn't do an awful lot, given that she doesn't do much damage anymore. But never mind. We can now... Oh gosh, just tell me I don't have to find that as well. We can now explore the rest of the Necromancer's Tower. More strange and indecipherable ruins. What's all this about? There's a big old pillar of skulls blocking your path. There was bound to be one of these in here somewhere, right? Excuse me, fellas, but I need to get past. These skulls hiss, chitter, and giggle at you. I'm gonna guess that's a no then. Let's hornswoggle-eyes. Well, I suppose you think you're all real clever to be blocking my path, but I have a trick up my sleeve. Casually walk around the pillar of skulls and stand on the other side of it. Ha! You should have been a wall of skulls if you wished to stop me. If it was that easy, why didn't I just walk around them in the first place? Never mind. Dismayed by your mastery of the third dimension, the skulls scuttle and roll away and hide in the walls. You gain much XP. Marvellous. Good. What's next? This is just a massive, enormous, impossible combat ring, isn't it? Oh dear. These 2 skeletons have their names written on their foreheads so they won't forget them. Actually, wait, maybe it's they have each other's names on their foreheads. Well, unless they have a mirror. Yes, that would make sense. Oh, dear. At least they don't have enormous amounts of health. No, this will be fine, actually. Yes, this will be fine. I'm going to drink this just in case they do huge volumes of damage. This is what I should have done at the beginning of the last fight. Drink that, and then use this. Yes, this will completely kill one of them. Which one's stronger? That one's stronger, so let's kill that one first. That's the end of Thump. And now, see, look, Susie does 7 damage. Might as well stun you, actually, because the stun can defeat that to anybody. Nobody's immune to the stun. Haha, you actually are now. Okay, I thought you would be certainly immune to the stun. But, never mind. Yeah, I think at this point there's got to be strength in numbers, not strength in mahoosiveness. But never mind. That's one more little bit of it done. What's next? The tippy top. Oh, what was it called before? Oh, just floor 3. Alright then. This is all very spooky. Hi, friend! Who are you? You approach the throne and the withering husk sitting on it. Unbelievable. All that killing, all that horror, and this is what is behind it. It tries to speak to you, but all that comes out is dust. Destroy him or leave him alone. Oh, gosh. I don't want to just murder the poor chap. I feel like there should be a third option here of something I can do. Oh, just destroying him doesn't feel right. But it's also really anticlimactic to get all the way here and then just waltz off having done nothing. And I don't want to just look it up either. Oh, goodness, I have no idea. In the meantime, while I think about this, what in the name of all hell have I just encountered? Your travels are interrupted by a fairly disturbing sight. A skeleton covered in weird glowing mushrooms, which is shambling towards you, making angry hissing sounds and weird gestures. Trick him into overdosing. I think he already has. Say, those mushrooms you're growing are edible? They look pretty good. Yes. You haven't tried them? That's surprising. If I could grow my own food like that. The skeleton shrugs and pops one of the mushrooms into his mouth. If he'd had eyeballs, the pupils would have dilated instantly. He falls on the ground and begins twitching and giggling. It doesn't seem to react as it sees you stealing one of his legs. A mushroom-covered bone. It's the circle of life, I suppose. It's literally a bone of mushrooms growing out of it that I can bap people with. Brilliant. Well, on a related skeletal note, there was a woman somewhere that was making things out of bone. Yes, you. I still don't have the gold chips that I need, but I could give you 10 bones to make a bone sword. Marvellous. You hand her an armload of bones and she begins mechanically picking through them, selecting some and discarding others based on some criteria you aren't able to discern. Eventually, having chosen the best 2 from the pile, and for some reason burning the rest, which explains why I didn't get the other 8 back, she secures them together with wire and screws and hands you something that basically looks a bit like a sword if you're very easily convinced that anything blunt and round is a sword. It's blunt and scary, which is half of the thing sword ought to be. Neat! Cool. Leave her to her hallucinations. Yes, indeed. Is that any better than my bit of cactus? No. Nothing's better than my bit of cactus. My bit of cactus is just amazing, despite the fact that I never use it because my gun is, like, amazing as well. Never mind. Oh, dear. I don't want to look it up. But also, like, the narrative ordering of events and the fact that I don't know of anything else to do other than go to Frisco at the minute leads me to the conclusion that I'm probably going to have to look it up in order to see whether there is indeed anything else that I can do with that fine fellow. Okay. It would seem, from what I can ascertain, do I still have any of these books? Yes, I do. It would seem that a lot of the Necromancer's Tower is understandably linked to the sort of the Necromancer character skill path, as it were, where you can find these books of Nex-Mex that teach you different skills, and that, unless I am very much mistaken, sent my hair white, which isn't exactly what I was expecting, but never mind. Yes, and gave me things like the Grinning Skull skill and such like. It would seem, if you read lots of these books, then you're able to decipher the runes that we found there, and if you do that, then you can do something at the top of the tower, which is related to the culmination of those skills into a thing. So, since I am not a necromancer type person, I'm just a person that's not very capable of going to doors, it seems this isn't really for me. Yes, these runes. Apparently you can read these if you've read enough of the books. So, I suppose, in that case, that I shall just have to destroy him, which I'm not convinced is going to do anything, but we'll have to try it anyway. With a puff of breath of the necromancer, he crumbles to powder. His crown hits the ground and shatters into 1,000 pieces. Well, so much for that. Good riddance. An evil, evil throne. Yes, indeed. So it seems like that's something for the necromancer type of person to do, which isn't exactly me. It also strikes me that I was meant to look up where the other locations that I needed to go for the what was it called? The aliens. The precursors, whoever they are. I was meant to do that as well in the intermediary, but I completely forgot because I got far too busy dealing with other things. So what I want to do is find out what's down here, because there's got to be something, surely. And this is called the Desolate Lonesome Coast because it's trying to tell me there's nothing there. Because I've wandered around here a couple of times and I never find anything. What's all this? The hair on the back of your neck stands up as you realise you've ridden into the midst of a herd of ghostly floating cow heads. You've heard that some ranchers, in desperate efforts to avoid the homecoming, deliberately drove their entire herds into the ocean. If that's what's happening here, it didn't work. These cows are very angry about it. But can you blame them? That is pretty messed up. Anyway, that's enough of a spiel. Let's get on with murdering a few cows. Oh yeah, I forgot my gun's silver plated, which means it can literally knock these people out of the park. Well, at least they can actually harm me, and, you know, they can at least pretend to put up a fight. That's at least nice for me. I don't want the game to end, is the thing. And I know going to Frisco is the end. I know that's the end of the game. So, to do more stuff. I want to carry on playing this fun game. What's this? Rise into a dark arrowy, whatever that is, darker than you'd normally go into, and before long you find yourself lost. From behind you hear an ominous tink tink ooh noise. You turn around and see the ghost of a miner, apparently frustrated with his ghostly pickaxe, can no longer find purchase, and eager to take it out on you. Oh. Hello, mate. Spooky resistance of 100. Well, I probably shouldn't use a spell on you then, should I? Instead, I shall just shoot you many times. Because for some reason, the ghost pickaxe can't break rock, but bullet can break ghost. A bit of ectoplasm. Ew. You're not sure what part of a ghost this is. Probably best not to think about it. Probably best not to eat it either, but never mind. You help the old miner on his way to the great big mine in the sky. Heck, no. Just kidding. You probably damned him to an eternity of even worse torment than he was already enduring. Yes, even more tormenting than my incoherent babble. Oh well, never mind. This hasn't quite worked out at all the way I planned it. The Necromancer's Tower didn't turn out to be half as exciting as I thought it would be, and I don't know what to do with the aliens. So I suppose we've nothing to do but head to Frisco. What's going on? This fancy pants calls him the Emperor, and he won't let us build our tracks up to the station. Can you see if we can talk some sense into him? Frisco, city limit. Oh, you, presumably. Is this the station? This is a nice station. Too bad there isn't a train that runs to it yet. Kind of making it a useless station, but never mind. What's this? Now playing Projectionist Wanted. Projectionist Wanted 2 is already in the works. Yes, I find that rather entertaining. Okay. Let us speak to the Emperor of Frisco, who looks exactly the same as that crazy man who met in the mine ages ago, but never mind. Hello! Who are you? Who are you? I am Emperor Norton. I am in charge of the city, and you cannot build any train tracks here without any of my permissions. An Emperor? Where is your crown, then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Fool thing didn't fit right anyway. But without it, I can't issue any official permits, and that means no rails for you. Unless, of course, you would give me a new crown, a properly fitting one. The turnip crown. Right, okay. I don't think giving somebody a hollowed out bit of peasant food that's covered in silver metal is going to work, but let's give it a try. The Emperor Maker. I have this silver crown. Funny shape for a crown. Seems like it's real silver though. But it's pretty nice too. Alright, fine. You've got yourself a deal. Welcome to Frisco. Great, thanks. Turn around for a second so I can use your back to sign the permit. At least it didn't say lie down, let me use the top of your hat. The movie theatre up the street has the final cutscene when you're ready. Oh. Okay, now that the mariachi band has calmed down, perhaps we can get on with life. You did it, thanks boss. We got the track laid right up to the station now. First ever cross-territorial railroad thanks to Manifest Destiny Company, and principally you. You did a real good job. You needn't mention it, but please do on numerous occasions, because, you know, I'm small like that. We made it all the way west. We surely did. Thanks for having me along. It's been a good time, by and large. Are you fixing to split on me? Oh no, I got no particular business. I'll stick around till you're finished, whatever it is you're thinking of doing. Cool. Anything else? Looks like you've saved the day and everything in about like a day and a half, which means this has been more of a weekend gig than a whole life. But never mind, such is life. Such is life indeed. Right, can I go in the station and buy a ticket? This is a one-way train, so there's no sense in getting in there. Oh yeah, it has just struck me. How's the train going to turn around? Or has it got like another train car on the other end of it, and then they put that one in gear and drive that one away when they want to go that way? Who knows these things? I do not. It was a train station. You know. Oh, how lovely. How lovely indeed. What's this? A flyer of some sort. A comedy flyer. This had better entertain me, or else I'm going to be very sad. Something you found on the ground of Frisco, which means it's in the absolute best scenario, it's garbage. Finally, something else to do. You read the garbage, it turns out to be a flyer for a comedy shack up north of Frisco. You jot down the location on your map and then throw the flyer away. You discover a new location. Wasco's Comedy Shack. Wasn't that the name of a raider in Fallout 4? Oh, how lovely. Some little houses. It's nearly identical houses as far as the eye can see in that direction. Okie dokie. Right, maybe we'll finally... Sorry, no darts. I was going to say, maybe finally we're going to play some bleeding darts, but no. Oh dear, well I'll be a new face. I'm Clooney, make yourself at home. Thank you, I'm Sticky. New to town, I've been helping the manifestors and the railroad company get the railroad tracks laid. It was a tough job, but we're finally here. Certainly you could use a drink. After everything I've been through, I certainly could. What's with the big old fracas going off on the side? Oh, them fellas is always blowing off steam. I just go ahead and let them get their aggression out, as long as they keep it over there, away from what furniture I've got left. What can you tell me about Frisco? It's a fine town. Some fella named Samson Frisco founded it way back in the miners first opened up out this way, and everyone caught the fever. Mining fever? Yeah, the kind you get from breathing too much dirt. Frisco was a doctor, you see. Ah, suddenly things make sense. What have you got to sell? The new Amsterdam, the new fashioned, or the olive gin cone? Nice. There's got to be a better name for this. Probably, especially since it isn't shaped like a cone. But never mind. What's bye barman. What's this lady about? This lady has a rock in her whiskey. What's all this about? That was a little funny the first time I heard it today. Oh, whiskey on the rocks. Oh, sorry, I didn't fancy that. Never mind. I was complaining about the game's narrative timing. By now it should be a laugh, right? Seriously though, why are you ruining that whiskey like that with a rock? I'm not here to drink, I am doing important research. What sort of research do you do? I am testing the effects of various liquids on the hypercrystalline thermothropic dietaries. Today's liquid is ethanol. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing you're some sort of scientist. Good guess. Specifically, I'm an archaeologist. Magical rocks? Not too bad. You got it in one. Dr. Josie Morton at your service. Hi, I'm Sticky. Don't ask why. In a minute we're going to see a spittoon and that's going to explain why. So just wait for that bit. Honestly, it'll make sense then. My second guess was... What? What? Let's not even go there. Right. Any relation to the Emperor guy? Who? The weirdo outside calling him Emperor Norton. You asking me if I'm related to somebody because of our last name rhymes? Well, not anymore. Kitty aunt. Oh dear. Have you met the professor? Or the perfessor, rather? The guy researching the overbraided technology out in Gustav and Gulch? That's him. His work is very intriguing, but our fields of study don't overlap as much as you might expect. No, I'd have thought... I've never seen two apostrophes in that before. I'd have thought overbraided stuff would be right up your alley. There's all kinds of magical rocks in that stuff. Yeah, but these rocks were heavily modified by the overbraidens. My interest is in the magical rocks, in a more naturally occurring state. I see. Well, how's the whiskey experiment going? Not great, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. This test should really be done with pure ethanol, but that's too hard to get out here, so I'm trying whiskey just for the heck of it, but the impurities in it would screw up my findings, if I even had any. Well, that's a shame. The rock just turned blue. Oh, that's unrelated. That stuff turns blue every 23 minutes. Right, okay. I have a colleague who patented a design for a watch based on the properties of it, but a 23-minute watch wasn't very useful. Plus, you know, the whole cancer thing. Yeah, did you think I wasn't drinking this because of the flavour? It's because I don't want to get a tumour that can yell its own name. Do you need any help with your experiment? I'll give you something to do. Yes, I do indeed. I can always use more supplies. If you find any interesting rocks, you bring them by to my house. Oh... That's probably what I needed, that silver gemstone that I turned into a ring for, wasn't it? I am so sorry. Oh dear, I haven't seen any rocks that randomly turn blue. Oh, just any kind of rock. Just anything a rock doesn't ordinarily do. Moving around its own, defying gravity, displaying rudimentary intelligence. How about a rock that plays the banjo? Have you seen a rock that plays the banjo? No, I was just what-ifing. Kitty, I don't get my hopes up. I'll swing by if I see any rocks. Alrighty, thanks. Hope to see you soon. She pays her tab, fishes the rocks out of her whiskey and leaves. You just said there's no sense in throwing the bathwater out with the baby, and you pocket the whiskey. That's actually a really good boost for a spellcaster. Dr. Morton told you this whiskey was poisonous, but you figure all whiskey is technically poisonous, so how much worse could it really be? I mean, there's a certain logic to that, but never mind. Can I get involved in this ruckus? Yeah, apparently so. A drunken oaf and a drunken gunslinger. I'm not entirely convinced we're going to achieve anything here, except for murdering a few random folks. So, yeah, murdering random folks that aren't even capable of murdering me back. Good. Now I've murdered some people. Some decent wine. This is the kind of wine they'd serve in the nicest restaurants in, say, Buffalo, Texas. Buffalo, New York probably has it better though. Well, everything's bigger in New York. This is a bottle of the middle-of-the-road tequila. So-called because you'll pass... That's why you'll pass out if you drink any of it. Yes, that seems like a good idea. I'm guessing this is just another infinite farming thing, so we shall leave all of that to one good side. Right, let's go and explore these two locations that we have discovered, since we have more than enough time. You're approached by a shambling skeleton of a man with a lumber axe and a big bushy beard. It's either a skeleton of a lumberjack or the skeleton of one of those Johnny-come-lately axes and beard fans. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm fascinated at the concept of a skeleton having a beard. Also, where's his axe? Never mind. Hands with reduced teeth and some bones. Nothing particularly important. Not enough gold teeth in order to get that thing off that woman. I thought this was comedy, not music. Right. You're going to play that the whole time, aren't you? No, he's not. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Wasco Shaft is the name and comedy is the game. You here for some real thigh-slappingly good times. Alright, hit me. Not literally, just please tell me a joke. Okay, so the skeleton walks into a bar and the bartender says, no wait, it's a horse, not a skeleton. I am so sorry. Anyway, after that, the bartender asks the horse, why is your face so long, buddy? Oh, come on, Wasco. Wasco takes a bow. You want to hear another one? Yeah, a guy walks into a bar and the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve goblins here. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, the guy's a goblin. You're really, really rubbish at this. Here's a good one, take my wife, please. And my meat. Eventually we'll get a decent one, I'm certain of it. Either that or I'll go bankrupt and I'll laugh at my own stupidity, so I'm getting a laugh either way. I just flew from Canada, which is weird, right, because people can't fly, except in balloons, or gliders, or their imaginations, or on the wings of enormous eagles that only turn up at plot thematically appropriate moments. Well, we won't actually have airplanes for another couple of decades anyway. Want to hear another one? You're terrible at this. What? No, I'm not. You're bad at all the stuff you do. Dumb things, probably. Oh, come on, let me tell you another one. So a guy walks into a bar. He asks for a beer and a mop. And the bartender says, what's the mop for? The guy replies, because I'm a skeleton. Seriously? Oh, gosh. It was really, really cold yesterday. You're supposed to ask me how cold it was. Yes, I think you need a double act for that. What walks on 4 legs in the afternoon and 2 legs in the 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 at night? What? A man. I have no idea. Seriously, you're amazingly rubbish at this. Shut up, I'm great at jokes. No, you aren't. But what about you? Your timing is terrible. Timing! How many of these blasted things do I have to listen to? So my Uncle Alex thinks he's a chicken, and my wife suggested he should take it to a psychiatrist. And I said, maybe we should take him to a regular doctor. Because I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be possible for a regular man to lay eggs. That's it. I don't even understand it, let alone what's going on. I got a job as a manager of a baseball team, and all the players have weird names. Like, there's one guy called Who, and another one called, I don't know, Third Base. That joke also won't be written for like 150 years, but at least then it was funny. Never mind. This one again, not another one. Please get a different job, although you're earning good money at it. Alright, fine, I admit it. I can't tell jokes worth a darn, but what else am I supposed to do? You're a pretty decent banjo player. The Jewel Saloon and Dough, what it could be doing with a banjo. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Well, it couldn't be much worse. I shall head over shortly. Thank you for the idea. Anything else? No. I do not want to hear any more jokes. I have heard enough. I've also heard enough of this music. Banjos are not my cup of tea. Let's get out of earshot before anything else happens. And we can... Okay, I didn't realise you lived in a quarry. This doesn't seem natural. No, neither does all of the massive number of rocks. Anybody would think we were filming a scene for Doctor Who here. Some kind of drilling machine, but it's taken a real beating. Yes. Alright, let us go speak to this. Right, okay, there are many confusing things here. A fancy high-tech light. Don't these new lamp things normally need to be plugged into something? Yes, but I've modified these ones to run on ambient archonthalic radiation. You can see how they work more reliably closer they are to the duotonic resonator on the floor there. Is that this? This rock is clearly something special. Let's just start at the beginning. Not yet, but I'm keeping an eye out. Oh, what? Didn't they have like that mega compressed bit of coal or something? Super dense coal. She's not interested in that. No. Or the silicon thing, which I probably should have brought to her. Oh well, never mind. Some weird looking boots on this workbench. Can I steal them? What's up with them? Oh, just an invention I've lost interest in. What do they do? They're supposed to make you walk really fast, but I couldn't get any significant boost out of them. They're so close though. Oh yeah? Sure, just hook this little wire up to the spring and twist this fuse a little bit, and Bob is your uncle. Ah, clever. I'm still not interested. You can keep them if you want. Boost boots, plus 5 to your speed. These boots are augmented with various electrical thingamajigs. Wearing them is like having somebody constantly shooting at your heels. That's cool. Can I preen myself? No, the water in this vanity has been replaced by some sort of solvent. Okay, maybe I shouldn't preen myself. This was once a dining table. Now it's just a bad horizontal filing cabinet. Yes, I've seen some desks that look a bit like that as well. It's a bed made of stone. A bedrock, if you will. She's really committed to the whole geology thing. Oh, okay. Well, everything in this episode has been less than I thought it would be. So, I suppose we'll just return to Dirtwater and investigate to see if we've completed the menagerie that is the band, or not, if I can even remember where it was. No, not in the poker room. Not in the kitchen either, thinking about it. Probably in here. Oh, that's where you went. I wasn't expecting that machine to go there. Gotta contribute to the art form. Okay. Maybe I have achieved something there. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, it's just all a bit beyond me. Oh, gosh. Maybe it's a good thing we're getting to the end of the series, because frankly, what is up with you? I sure hope this corn cob isn't poisonous. What are you on about? Also, this implies there's like 2 more shops I can set up here. But I don't know where these people are. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What next? I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. I met Dr. Morton. Josie, what's she up to these days? I met her in a bar. She was soaking a rock in some whiskey. Ah, still doing her, yes, that thing test. Good for her for being so thorough. Oh, okay, that was nice. I mean, it was random and kind of pointless because it didn't really achieve anything. Never mind, that's just my life up and down. This episode up and down. Okay then, I suppose we've nothing to do except try and get the alien tech working. So let me go back there and remind myself what needed doing, and then I shall see if I can figure out, well, what needs doing, and get on with it, I suppose. A burly lumberjack fellow has set up a table in the middle of the road with a sign that says, "Toll Road, 1 arm wrestle." He quickly grins widely when he sees you and plants his elbow of his absurdly muscular right arm into the middle of the table. Yes, after lockdown, a lot of us had absurdly muscular right arms. Let's just take the challenge. You sit down across from the lumberjack and clasp hands romantically. I'm not bothering to do the dialogue here because it's all and Long story short, you eventually manage to force your opponent's arm to the table and he graciously gestures for you to continue on your journey. Isn't that lovely? Right, it would seem that's not where I thought I was going, but it doesn't matter because that's one of the places I need to go. Okay. So basically there's 2 locations that I've never been that I need to go to in order to carry on with the alien stuff, is the long and the short of it. I don't know what they involve or what they entail, but they are necessary. So let's get the hell on with it. Right, joys of joys, another cave. Gonna be annoyed if I have to run in there to help you fight or something, and I'm gonna get guano all over my hat. You know, there's something odd about this cave. It don't seem natural. It's like just a giant pile of rocks and boulders with some dirt filling in the cracks. Look, the land around here is pretty flat otherwise. It don't seem real stable for a cave. Well, it stayed up long enough for weeds to grow up it. I guess as long as we don't go kicking the walls, we ought to be okay. If you say so, but I think I'll stay outside. That seems reasonable. That seems less reasonable, and we'll come back to it in a minute. Okay. Evening, gentlemen. The snakes in this stack of rocks are not going to let you through. No, it would seem not. Oh dear. Well, Susie's now going to be very annoyed at me because of me having or her having to come in. Basically, I can't talk is the long and the short of it. But never mind. Let me get through these snakes, which are proving to be a little tougher than I initially anticipated. Let me just fight off these snakes, and then we will get on. Right, that's that done. Excellent, and I have a few more bits and pieces harvested from my snakes. Okay, what's going on here? There's something strange about these rocks. There's something strange about everything in this whole place, but never mind. Some of these rocks weren't real, and they vanish as soon as you get close to them. Oh, cool. Could we... Oh, goodness. I feel like Dr. Morton would be interested in those. Hi, friend. This thing has a job to do, and it isn't going to take any of your guff. Put that guff right back into your bag and make sure you use a twist tied so it won't go stale. What the hell are you blabbering on about? I don't know, but you're about to die. Yeah, it literally has to be a strength in numbers matter. Because, like, a strong enemy isn't enough. It has to be many, many enemies. Okay, so here we are. Right. There is a cylindrical piece here that is very obviously broken. Replace it with a better bit. You pop the broken cylinder and replace it with one you found. The machine whirs to life and a riot of blue lights and weird noises. How cool. Right, what does this machine say? Select secondary terminal, local power terminal, time squeezer terminal, or chronicle terminal. I remember learning that word. I don't know what it's all about though. Insert a battery. Good, another energized ability. Excellent, that gives me another little boon. Lots more XP as well. So is that to do with this machine then? I don't know. Let's go power. Current destination, planetary garbage disposal. Okay, local power destination. Okay, it said west and east Roberto containment power offline. So I think military coffee maker. That's quite entertaining. I think I need to power these up. Yeah. What's the time squeeze? Increase time squeeze power. I'm gonna leave that be until I know what I'm doing with it. Chronicle fabrication facility power offline. Okay, so I can't do that yet because there's another facility. How are there this many freaking facilities in this place? I genuinely feel like there's more here to do with the aliens than anything else, and yet I thought they were an incredibly minor subplot. But never mind. Okay. So, that's good. That's one of the places we need to go to. There's another one which I don't think is all that far away. No, it's literally right there. It's literally... How convenient. That saves me on the jump cut. Okie dokie. The curious flat plane. What's Susie doing all the way over here? What's with these weird blocks? A good question. Looks like there's some kind of ancient road or something. Runs north as far as I can see. Gets real wide too. 'Tis indeed a mystery. I keep going, but I'm not animated for climbing. That's quite entertaining. This ladder is missing about 70% of its rungs. So dangerous. Call OSHA. Indeed. Right. Oh, hi, friend. You don't seem very happy about life. This poor explorer didn't make it down the ladder in one piece. They have a bunch of El Vibrato stuff. An El Vibrato rod. Oh, good. A foot-long rod. I know just where to stick that. Right, never mind any of that. What the heck is this thing? This is definitely one of the largest hexagons you've ever seen, as hexagons go. Right, let's insert a battery into there and get another energized bonus. Lovely stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything else from here. So let's head inside here and fix this. Have I got another one? Yes, indeed I do. Excellent. That saves me a lot of time. Local power terminal. Select power destination. Roberto containment. Very good. And the other two things are weather adjustment and garbage terminal. Alright, there's no need to be rude. Garbage return. Yeah, okay. You press the button and a huge pile of vibrato scrap materializes behind you with a thud. Can I have this? Yes, I can. You weren't kidding when you said it was a huge pile. Wow. Those will be very, very useful for stuff. What kind of weather adjustments can I do? Increase weather adjustment machine power. I feel like that might cause some kind of like a tsunami or a whirlwind or something. I really don't want to do that. Oh dear. Another one of these things. They probably realise I'm coming to the end of the story and about to reveal whatever it is I'm going to reveal. I don't know, to be quite frank, but I look forward to finding out. Let's head back downstairs and see if we can figure out what to do next. Okay, so do these now say the power's online? Yes, indeed. And just as I theorised, there is now fizzly electricity running between these two bits here. Yes, indeed. So does this work now? Yes. Initialize Roberto containment system. No country for old gods. Oh, I can't move. Oh, I can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whatever that was, it felt pretty... What? I didn't even get time to read that. What's this? This definitely wasn't here before. Take the crown. The El Vibrato crown. This crown of shaped El Vibrato helmet was bestowed upon you for the very noteworthy achievement that you really, really don't understand. Like, that's amazing though. That's like it's also massive. Okay. Gonna pretend like I know what's going on. I now have a big hat. Good. I'm not gonna go piddle around with those other machines. Again, I was kind of expecting more. I was expecting like a boss battle or to meet one of the aliens, or at least a bleeding explanation. Let's do some weather adjustments. Let's increase the weather machine power. Let's decrease it again. Yeah, let's increase it again. Let's leave it like that. Did that change the weather? I highly doubt it, but let's just go and stand outside and just see if anything is different. Hang on a minute, that wasn't there before. Is it what? There's a big El Vibrato gizmo sticking out of the ground here, and there's a button on top of it. Push it. Well, this is very homely. Well, I'll be listen, I ain't no weather expert, but I know sure enough when it's going to rain, and it is not on schedule for today. All I did was push this button on this gizmo I found. Didn't your ma ever teach you not to push strange buttons you find out in the middle of nowhere? Well, not really, no. Okay. Now it's raining. Now it's not. Now it's raining. Now it's not. Now it's raining. Okay. Is it raining in other locations? Does it remain raining? Can I like literally cause a tsunami? Goblin runs up to you, laughing. They're carrying a boulder over their head, which is taller than they are. They have very strong knees. What are you planning on doing that? Aha, you catching? Talk to the goblin. No, stop, not throwing. No, you're not fun. I cannot catching a rock like that. How were you even lifting? Finding magical ring of strength in mine. Now is very strong. Trick them out of the ring. I definitely want that. I also kind of want the magical rock they're holding, but never mind. Hearing about rings like this, can seeing it? No, nice trying though. Well, very well, mate. If this is what you wish, this is what you should have. A lot of lead. Also, what's with the BDSM harness? Just leave that. This ring will make you strengthier. Marvellous. Is it raining? No, it's not raining. It's not raining anymore. What's this? 9 pistol damage. Well, that's definitely better than muscle. Okay then, let me head back down here. Because there was something else. There were other things I could do on the terminal down here, if I remember correctly. I don't remember this cave being this long before. Probably because it was broken up by a couple of combat encounters. There's the time squeeze. Let me increase power to that. Yes, now it's online. And then the chronicky thing didn't work, did it? No. Maybe I can divert power there, though. Yes. Select power. Chronicky fabrication facility. There we go. Now can I get this thing working? Initialize chronicky fabrication. Key-shaped vibrator device. The terminal makes a type of sound you've never heard before, and your bag gets slightly heavier. As you investigate, you would find a... Oh yes, it's one of those weird vibrator things that you found in the woods when you were 6. That thing has been here the whole time. I'm sorry. What? When I was a little child, I went out into the woods and I found this thing and it suddenly come back. It looks like both a key and a keyhole. Cool. Gonna pretend like I know what's going on. Really gonna pretend like I know what's going on. And, yeah, has that built like another thing out here somewhere? Like another gizmo that I can make use of? Seemingly not. Okay. Right. I am going to go back to the professor's house. Because I feel like he may have something to say about my hat, or the fact that I can spontaneously make it rain. Or any of the other bizarre things I've been doing today. Yeah, let's see if there's like a conclusion to this. Ooh. This machine... Oh, no. I thought something important had happened. It hadn't. No, he couldn't care less. He couldn't give less of rats. Brilliant. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with any of these things. Oh, dear. I'm so confused. I'm so befuddled. More coins. Cool. There's still a stack of coins either from a time or place when or where these coins were or are used as a currency instead of meat. How silly. Not using a currency that just degrades over time. Using a currency that's a proper store of value. The economics of this is madness. Time squeezer is online. That's not what this thing is it? Yes, it is, perhaps. This machine has a smallish hole in either end and a largish flat surface running through the middle. Yes, much like people. As you're staring at it, trying to figure out what it does, a mouse suddenly runs into a hole on the left. In the same instant, a mouse skeleton skids out of a hole on the right. Push the skeleton back through. You slide the skeleton into the right hole and and a very confused mouse scurries out the left hole and disappears under the machine. This machine must be some kind of time tube. Put something in the left hole or put something in the right hole. Okay, so if I put something in the left hole, it turns into a skeleton. If I put something in the right hole, it turns into a living creature. Okay, I'm going to err on the side of creating life instead of destroying it. So let's try something in the right hole. The decent wine or the piece of scrap. How am I going to bring wine to life? Oh. Okay, so it doesn't bring it to life. Does it just make it older? Oh. Not swell, but swill. So if I put the cheap wine in here, it makes it decent wine. I see. Does it kind of like age it? As if I put the decent wine in. A bottle of fine wine. Yes. This wine has been aged to perfection. You saw it happen. It took less time than you'd think. What about the super dense coal? A massive diamond. Oh yeah, didn't it say something about waiting a million years and you'd have a massive diamond? You're very proud of this diamond. You've been with it ever since it was a giant lump of coal. Cool. What about the stick of... This is just gonna blow up. No, this makes it an old stick of dynamite. Oh. This item is used in combat and does more damage. Stick of dynamite has been aged to unstable perfection. It's not too dangerous to carry around. Not that that would stop you, of course. It definitely packs a bigger punch than normal dynamite. Hooray! What happens to the scrap? It turns it into a keystone. Ah, nifty. So I can make scrap with this. I can make just random bits of rubbish with this. Presumably more efficiently, but more randomly than I can do with anything else. Ah, cool. I can just get loads of random rubbish out of this. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's kind of exciting and fun. Right. I suppose there's really nothing left to do except make the world's most ridiculously oversized engagement ring. Oh, hello. Yes, I should say hello to you. I doubt you've got anything I want to buy. But, no, you don't. I'll buy these, even though I've literally no purpose for them. But never mind. Let us go to the jeweler's cabin. Kitty, I just can't get down the frickin' road today, can I? An ancient seaweed-draped skeleton is shambling towards you, hissing and moaning. Ah, well, I guess it must be near the beach. How do you determine where the desert stops and the beach begins, I wonder? I don't really know how to tell the difference between desert sand and beach sand, after all. Recognise him. Oh, are you Davy Jones? I'm a huge fan. I have all your albums. Can I have your autograph? The skeleton scribbles something onto a piece of paper for you and wanders off, looking puzzled. Rainy Jane was really underrated. I wish I knew what you were talking about. A confused skeleton scribbled its name on a piece of paper for you. Apparently his name was X. Juicy. Right. Can you make this massive diamond of mine? Yes, you can. A massive diamond into a huge diamond ring. You're betrothed to an adventure. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's also pretty good, unless I'm mistaken. Yes. Yes, that's pretty good. That is pretty darned excellent. Right. That's about it, I reckon. With the small exception of sorting out Breadwood's permits, but that's just a paperwork issue, and I can't do that until a couple more days have passed. And sorting out the granny in the graveyard, which again just requires waiting the next day and then having another try at getting the name right. I don't really think there's anything else to do. Unless there's something I can do regarding... No, I don't think I can't go back to the... I was going to say I could go back to the buffalo pile and try again with that ritual, but I think one of the machines broke when I did that, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So I really think, literally, this is ridiculous, right? Because this has been like 10, 15 episodes since this happened. Literally the only loose end I can think of is this bleeding circus and the circus sideshow. Which I can't get in, because every time I've been here, it just says it's later. So I suppose that's that, really. Oh, go on. Let's have one more fight, for old time's sake. I have just realised that literally just stated that I'm taking pleasure from the murder of innocent creatures. But never mind. We're just going to leave that to one side. Just like they left the concept of expeditiousness to one side when they wander around so Oh, Susan, I love you. You've been an amazing companion on this wild, wacky journey of mine. But my giddy aunt woman, are you tardy? You really need to get a bigger gun. Right. That's that, I think. I think that is about it. Yes, yes. Thank you for interrupting me in the middle of my somber moment. I suppose there's nothing else to do. Except get bumped into by some passing bozo. Looks like somebody got their train to the job. It looks like someone on that train got a job as the projectionist. I really wish somebody would get a job speaking for me, because I'm generally rubbish at this. Would you like to watch the movie? It's free, because movies have only recently been invented and nobody has figured out that they can charge them for this. Note, doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene is over, you'll still be right here and keep playing. If you would like to. I would like that very much, please. Some folks say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out, the consequences of their actions like. When trains running again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes. Thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked their wagon. With his waggy turnip crown, Emperor Norton served as an example of profound and abiding weirdness to the citizenry of Frisco. It became a mecca for comedians and comedy writers and comedians who played their musical instruments as part of a terrible comedy act up north while wearing a cat-in-the-hat hat. The idea of city life didn't appeal to Susie much. After she and you parted ways, she moved down to the peninsula ways and settled a Cowsbane farm, still fighting the good fight in her own way. Oh. After she finished getting the bakery boys up and running, Louise moved to Frisco and opened up her own shop, specialising in aniseed, bee breads and pies. Unfortunately, there were some unknown vandals kept breaking in at night and destroying all of the pies. She had to switch to bread-only business model. I think that's a goblin. Wow, that's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. Thanks to your assistant, Hobart Buppet, and the photography bug, or should I say the photography owl. Anyway, you opened up an art gallery so that citizens of Frisco would never again have to suffer the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons whenever they wanted. Who paid for him to get all the other ones, I wonder? Kurtz left the fort and set up shop in Frisco. His his fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely true to word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurtzfits is that nobody can stop you from talking about Kurtzfits. Oh, we don't get the music? I rather like the music. It's a bit weird and random, but I rather like it. With your help, the professor gained enough knowledge about Overbrito technology to start building his own. He opened a very successful computer technology store in Frisco, and for decades people spent all their time staring at the little computers in their hands instead of talking to one another. Oh, and it's written in a proper font and everything. Wasco formed a band with the other musicians he sent to Dirtwater. They called it Wasco's Explosion. He told jokes between songs, which people basically tolerated because the music was pretty good. See, we get this music, but we don't... What is this? What is this dance? What is this Ricketts dance manoeuvre that everyone suddenly stopped doing the minute I wanted to point it out? Never mind. You solved 6 of Redwood's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and broken hitching posts. Even though there was even some left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade on the buttery biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. Oh, it's all tidy now. That pleases me. I really feel like you are some sort of mascot for this town, my friend. Chuck continues to run his blood and breakfast without incident, accident, or scandal or allegation for many years. I really feel like I should have gotten him ever so slightly arrested, but never mind, such is life. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memoriam. They still talk about you to this day. Remember when that sticky fella came in here? Yeah, he got stuck to everything. He was really good at our game. We got any more root beer? Oh, with your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum made it the talk of the town. Well, they first had to build a town nearby, but once they did, oh boy, they wouldn't have stopped talking about it. Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts, a commerce ambassador, an all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in town, you knew your name. You even put up a little plaque with your name in it in your old room at the Jewel Saloon. Oh, cool. I feel like I recognise most of these people, but I can't quite tell from where. Never mind, such is life. Oh, It strikes me I never went to the Spittoon. Oh, well. I guess that will be the perfect way to round all this off, wouldn't it? As for you, after your adventures, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs from your exploits and started an antique hat rack collection. Once you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to seek your fortune. You ended your adventure with 5,234 meat. Not bad for a bum. Seriously, how bad did you really want to be rich? Not that bad, I guess. Oh well. Doesn't. Oh, and these are all the different hats I could have got. I never did find that gun safe. Oh, and the bigger brimmed hat and the fake Pope hat. Oh, I missed so many bloody hats. At least I got the crown and the bread hat. You weren't kidding when you said it was long. Oh, and the silly hat from the weird hippie bloke. I missed so many hats. I'm so sorry. I'm so ashamed of myself. As of 1906, all of the remaining cows in the west spontaneously were activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic single-minded herd. Led by the infernal sadist Duke Bovacutus, the cow army thundered east towards Dirtwater. I feel like I probably should have sorted this problem out. Fortunately, a gang of rodeo clowns swept in at the last minute and slaughtered the herd before it could reach Dirtwater. Unfortunately, all the townsfolk of Dirtwater had a hard time sleeping for pretty much the rest of their lives. Seriously, it was a grisly sight. Is that good or not? Thanks to your cleverness, the world is not destroyed 420 years later. On the contrary, it remains undestroyed for millennia. Future generations don't know how they should thank you, but they definitely should. Oh, that was all of this. That's good. I'm going to pretend like I've got a clue what any of that was all about. Thank you for playing. Okay, the team in this game was a lot smaller than I thought it would be. But that's okay. That's always okay. Right-ho. I think then there is only one more thing for us to do. I shall definitely investigate that. I suppose, thinking about it, there's nothing else to do. Oh boy, another Spittoon! Let's go! What's with the excitement? I've given up. This is the last Spittoon in the game, and I'm not going to try and convince you that this is not the most disgusting person on earth anymore. So let's go. Let's do this. Yes! Search that filthy Spittoon. You kneel down on the floor and throw your arms around the Spittoon, giving them a greasy brass bucket a great big hug. How's about a kiss? Would you like to kiss it? You know it, baby. You pucker up and give this Spittoon a great big kiss right on the rim. Is there tongue involved? Well, I'll leave that up to your imagination. But even without it, it tastes like a burning horse. I love it. I know you do, friend. And if it were legal in this country, I'd let you marry that Spittoon. Have a beautiful, romantic honeymoon night with it. Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to settle for wearing it as a hat. You flip the beautiful brass bucket over and slap it on your head, drenching yourself in the hot brown tobacco spit. It washes down over your face and hair like a sewage waterfall, soaking your clothes, running down your collar and slithering into your underwear, filling your boots. I cannot even force myself to describe it in more detail than that. You are the world's foulest human being. Congratulations. Well, there's clearly only one thing to be done. It's also no good for my character, but who cares? Oh well. I mean, at least it isn't dripping. It's got that in its favour. Wow. I don't know if there was more. Maybe there was more. Maybe there was more that I missed. I don't know. Oh dear. Well, I suppose that's that. I loved that. That was fantastic. That was genuinely just a really nice thing to do. it just became like a nice little high point of my week each time making the video for this series. It's the most wholesome thing that's going to be around here for quite a long time, because like the next 5 series I've got planned are like horrific. So they're like horrifically horrible horror games. So yeah, this was lovely. I really enjoyed this. This was great. I'm sorry if I did miss any loose ends. I don't know how you do the thing in the circus. I don't know. I'm sorry I didn't get enough gold teeth to get the gold tooth thing from the Fall of Darkness. I'm sorry that I never solved that granny's problem in the graveyard, or that I never got the permit sorted out for Breadwood. I'm sorry I never found that bleeding gun safe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of it. But I'm really pleased that I did this. I'm really pleased that I got this game and that I played it, and that we had so much fun playing it. So I really enjoyed that. I had the time of my life doing that. I really hope you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. For all of West of Loathing, look after each other, and good night.